Alright folks, welcome back to King's Consoles. Here's a different video for my channel, and it is, as you probably know by the title, it's kind of related to these guys. If you're not into esports, understand one thing my channel is that I do a multitude of different content on here, from retro stuff to your modern games, and I do occasionally, but very rarely, cover esports. And if you haven't seen my previous videos before, I do support Optic Gaming as a mainly for the Call of Duty roster, and that's what I'm going to be touching on soon. But I do follow Optic Gaming as an organisation pretty much for the past, well, that should come to the content here, for the past 3 years. Never really knew that esports as a whole was a thing until 3 years ago. And it brings me on to the subject of this video about the Optic Gaming Call of Duty roster change. Also, if you haven't seen it already, and you're an Optic Gaming fan, definitely check out Vision, the latest episode. And there will be spoilers regarding to that episode that I'll be alluding to at the moment. But yeah, so a bit of history about my following of Optic Gaming. I've always played Call of Duty for years, and I've said this in other videos as well. I played it from back in Call of Duty 3, was probably my first game I really played. But never a competitive scene. I used to play multiplayer with my friends online. Left the scene for a little while. Really didn't play Black Ops, so I kind of left before Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. But fun enough, Advanced Warfare brought me back into the Call of Duty scene, and that actually introduced me to the world of competitive Call of Duty. And really, this is why this roster change is, it's a bit of it's a sad occasion, but a happy occasion at the same time. So if you don't know already, the teaming of Karma, Scump, Crim 6 and Formal, the God Squad they used to be called, effectively has split ways. Scump and Karma will, Scump and Crim 6 will remain on the squad. Karma, as of a post I've just seen online, isn't going to be joining our team, but he will be concentrating mainly on streaming. I think he's pretty much given up on World War II and say maybe back for another game, unless you never know, another organisation might reach out to him to get him to play. And Formal has joined Luminosity. So by doing so, it does mean that 2 positions are available now, which is filled by Octane, who was a former Luminosity player, and Methods as well, who's on Rise. So both players of great calibre. They've actually won championships each this series of World War II. So it'll be interesting to see what the mix is like with these 2 new guys. And 2 players I'm aware of. Didn't necessarily follow them in any sort of media or any sort of YouTube content in the past, but well aware of them through the whole Call of Duty scene for the past 3 years I've been watching. And I go back to that saying is that when I first joined, when I first started following Optic Gaming and watching competitive Call of Duty, started back with Syndicate. So Tom Syndicate, I watched him in his content, his Minecraft videos, fun enough to start with, and the Optic Gaming guys were actually on a lot of his streams. So I kind of started looking into Optic Gaming, saw the whole competitive Call of Duty scene, and at that time, Nadeshot had just left. So I think I started watching it when Nadeshot was still part of the team. So Formal, Crim 6 and Scump were already there. And it was just when Nadeshot left, Karma came in. So pretty much for the lengthy period I've been following Call of Duty, competitive COD, it has been those 4 guys in Optic Gaming. Which does bring a bit of sadness to me, because I love following those guys as a team. But after watching the latest Vision, one of the reasons I like that series is it really does give you that kind of behind the scenes look at the team. And I've been following Vision ever since it was in creation, or ever since these guys have certainly been on it. I must admit, I do follow some other Call of Duty games in terms of the dip into Gears of War and CSGO especially. And that's mainly through Vision. I don't tend to watch a lot of the other content from that side. But mainly the Call of Duty is where I kind of watch the series for. So that being said, I say I've followed these guys for the past 3 years, and one of the reasons why I'm wearing my white Call of Duty Champs 2017 jersey is I went through a bit of a journey with these guys. Obviously through the content on the Hex's vlogs, obviously Scump and Crim6, they tend to have created quite a bit of content in the past. Just on the Optic House, and I'm seeing Optic Gaming evolving, maybe in some people's opinion not for the best. Obviously it's now been run as a corporation, it's been run as a business, and Hex has always done that, but it's always been kind of a one-man show in terms of behind the scenes, and obviously a bit more of an insight into that through Vision as well in terms of what's going on. So let's step back. So as bad as some of the choices may be, like dropping the Halo team, I saw a comment saying that it's the green wall's broken. The way I look at it is, in terms of a wall, if it's broken, it's going to get rebuilt, and I'm really hoping that with this new Call of Duty lineup, it will be rebuilt for the better. Because really, they haven't had a great season. Coming seconds in Season 1 playoff was the best result they've had all year. But yeah, they've not had the best of luck in terms of this squad. And as much as I'd like to have seen the guys, I was about to make a video after Seattle, saying, but maybe even after Birmingham, saying, like, you know, the guys should stick together. Maybe this isn't the game for them, and Black Ops 4 will be the game that they'll come together again. After watching Vision, I kind of understand with Scump and Crim6, and obviously some of Karma's comments as well I saw afterwards. You don't understand what happens in the background. As much as Vision gives you an insight into that, because these guys no longer do stream scrims and their communication, the only time you really hear them communicating during the game is when they do listenings in competitions. But yeah, you never really got the insight of what these guys were like personally behind the scenes. You always look quite pally, and I think they are good friends to a degree, of course. But I think in terms of the team, it sounds like from what they say, they were having problems from Black Ops 3. So it's quite surprising considering they came together to win Infinite Warfare. I'm kind of going on different tangents here, but I say I'm quite sad to hear that the four of them have split up as a team, but I'm really excited to see what Octane and Methods will bring to the team, and certainly the next tournament. Season 2 starts this month, I believe, end of May. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what this will be. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they get the shit together for the Call of Duty World Championships, because that's one of the good things now ever since last year. I think it was last year was the first time, or was it Black Ops? I can't remember. But they now moved champs to kind of the end of the season, whereas historically champs would be around about now, I think. So kind of in the middle of the game's lifespan. But I think kind of having it as almost like your Super Bowl, have all these tournaments before and having it at the end is like the pièce de résistance, if you like. That could work in Optic's favour, because there's been a lot of changes to the roster mania. I'm not going to go through any of them now, but yeah, it was one of the things I found interesting about the competitive scene is roster mania coming around and seeing all these players you know from certain teams, suddenly established players, suddenly moving from different squads. One of them is tend to remember the most is the whole United and FaZe with Clayster and Gunless moving around, and yeah, I mean the United now squad is nothing like it was in the past, with them dropping Silly as well. So it is a really, you never see this in many other sports, but in the space of a season you can have a player moving to multiple teams. I know they've kind of down that a little bit now. They've kind of brought some regulations in that can't happen as often, but to see a team I've followed, a close group of 4 players that have been together for 3 years, it's a long time in terms of Call of Duty, no longer teaming together, it's going to be a bit of an experience for me. So I have actually read, and if you're an Optic fan and you haven't read this, you really should pick it up. This was my holiday read a couple of years ago, when it first came out. Pre-ordered this, in fact. But this is like the history of Optic Gaming, and it goes through like the beginning where Hex first picked up the team. It goes into the history of obviously Big Timer. I've never seen Big Timer play competitively. I've watched some of the old videos when he was on the team as well. So Nade Shot, same again. He just left when I started following the team. But I like Big T. See, I've followed these guys. I've followed through like Vision, or more predominantly their streams. Like I love watching Big T now playing Fortnite. But these are guys I've never actually watched playing competitively, only on older videos. So I like just the overall family of Optic. And I know that's kind of expanded now. And there's a lot of guys out there, like the Dota guys. God, I didn't realise recently that there was even a Dota team around until I got something come up a result, and I thought it was CSGO, and it was Dota. I was like, what the hell? So now it's a bigger corporation, they're obviously expanding. But I tend to think I'll probably stick to the original guys I followed from 3 years ago. Like, I love Maniac and Hitch, Flamesword as well. Like Bose, these guys I've kind of from in the Scump House, and it'll be interesting to see how Formula does. I mean, that was a pretty strengthy squad even before. I mean, even Octane was with them, and say they've been winning. So it'll be interesting to see how Formula fits into that role. And interesting enough, they're in the same group as Optic for the second stage, season 2, sorry. Of the league. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that kind of comes together. But obviously the other part of Vision is, and I'm a bit sad as well. So it was a sad episode, but there's a lot of positives I'm taking from the back of it. Hitch announced that he's no longer doing Vision. He's been a big part of it, and I'm not surprised, especially with all these different squads. Maybe if you had 2 or 3 different teams and having to travel with them and filming their reactions and getting interviews and that's a lot of work for the 2 of them to do, because it wasn't just Hitch as well. But even for 2 people, that's a lot of work. So obviously with the expansion of Optic, we're getting more content. I'm seeing it already. We're getting more content from the Optic Gaming in general. I just hope we don't lose the personal feeling of the past. I think that's already kind of been lost with not having the house. But I've noticed the positive I'm taking from Vision as well. Although Hitch isn't doing it, he's going to have more time. And this day is still staying with Optic, so more time to create new stuff. So we might see more interesting things from, not more interesting, but we'll see interesting content from Hitch as well. And now that Hector's finally got his own office space, which although it's his office space, I'm kind of guessing he's going down the route of Casey. And by Casey Neistat, I'm sure you know. Yeah, he's obviously probably been, he says he's been looking since November, but I might turn his office space into more of a content creation, making sure things like your smooth competition style challenges. I know they've got trivia and that's still going on too. But yeah, he might make that into more of a content creating space as opposed to the offices that Optic have. So I'm going to stop rambling because I could go on for probably a good few hours. Let's just put the bullet points in here. Sad to hear that the Call of Duty squad I've known and loved has split up. But really excited to see what comes for the future, and hopefully we will get our back-to-back Call of Duty champs out of this over the next couple of tournaments. They'll progress and get to the level they need to be to win COD champs. Got to win another champ, buy another championship jersey after all. And I was saddened about Hitch stopped doing Vision, but I'm excited to see what comes in the future from Hitch and all the other content creators. And I got to point out that Courage is awesome. It has nothing to do with this video at all, really. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Courage's streams, and let's just hope the greenwall builds bigger and better. And those of you that are Optic fans will stand by your team, stand by the organisation. And let's hope that the green wall doesn't crumble and we stand as strong as ever. But it's Dave from King's Consoles. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do like my Call of Duty stuff, or just general talking about Optic Gaming in general, leave a little comment, let me know, because I know that this is a very small part of my channel in terms of I'll show you what I picked up. And yeah, I don't really talk about esports too much in the channel, but if you do like it, then certainly subscribe, leave a like, and tell me in the comments if you want me to see do some more. But I will be returning if you have watched this and this isn't my usual content you're used to. Tell me what you like about my content as well. What do you like me doing with streaming? Do you like me doing pickup videos? My channel, what's called King's Consoles, is free flowing. I just do this for fun, and I want to hear from you guys as well what you think. But once again, Dave King's Consoles out again. I'll be back very soon, and goodbye until the next video. Now I have to try and push the stop button. Ta-ta!